everybody, welcome back to ME My Hook, and contrary to my slow demeanor today, I think this is gonna be a great video. I have a lot to show you guys. First I want to say thank you to those of you who have reached out to me this week. I did in fact overdo it last week. And special thank you to Crystal at Chronically Crocheting. She also has my illness. I strongly recommend you go follow her channel. It's lovely. I think she recognized the pace at which I was going and was like, I'm worried about you. I don't know how this is working. Well, today this is working by me videoing in my pajamas, and I'm likely not even going to stick this in the video editor. I'm probably just gonna throw it up. But y'all are cool with that, right? Y'all are okay. I don't need a theme song and a logo. Whatevs. So today I got a bunch of happy mail, which is fantastic. Correction, this week I got a bunch of happy mail, but I think, you know, sometimes God's hand is just in where it needs to be, and I had a particularly rough day for a lot of reasons a rough day last night. That's how long last night felt. I mean, I haven't been feeling great today, but it was especially emotional, and I'm not gonna lie, I cried myself to sleep last night. I'm okay. It just, you know, sometimes it's 2020 and you just gotta, right? And there is a box full of yarn. I'll tell you who sent it in a little bit, that I've been trying to get all week. And the post office, all their machines have been broken. So I was trying to send out my giveaways for October donations. I was fairly certain that some more donations had come in. The kiosk to open the electronic locker wasn't open, and apparently there's like one lady that knows how to deal with those. You like put a number in and then a door pops open and it's like, here's your surprise. And I had no idea who this package was coming from. Anyway, they told me to come back on Thursday. This was Monday, guys. They told me to come back on Thursday. Now, part of that, I think, is because Veterans Day. I think, you know, they weren't there on Wednesday. So I come back on Thursday, and they're like, she only works mornings. And I'm like, it is noon. Are you kidding me? Anyway, I got a new code last night, and I needed this box today, and I'm just so thankful that God saved it for when I really, really, really needed it. But the other thing that came in today was my advent calendar from Yarn Yay. So this is the box that Becky from Pan Fran Knit Co. is a part of. And I got so excited in all my interview with her that I don't think we really plugged this much because we were having too much fun talking about yarn and weaving. And I'm really sorry that the last of that video did not have audio. I double checked it in my software, tried to resave it and then re-upload it, and it's still gone. So if I can figure out how to get the last part of that on the third part of the interview where we were talking about looms, I will try to get it reposted, because it is a fun conversation. And the end was talking about yarn bombing and all kinds of fun stuff. I do know that in this, let me wave my knife around, in this Yarn Yay box are individual bags. And this is how I plan to do Vlogmas, because clearly it is not sustainable for me to do something every day. So I'm gonna cheat and open these ahead of time and record the videos as I can and then schedule them to post. So spoiler alert. But here it is. And this is what I'm most excited about. Well, okay, I'm excited for the goodies, let's be honest. But she included this cute little package of twine and what are these called? Clothespins to string it up like a garland. I'm totally doing that. Totally 100% doing that. So this says, thank you so much for celebrating December with me, Yarn Yay, and 20 plus other indie businesses, including PanFran Knit Co. This calendar is meant to be a yarn tasting, stitch a day tour through some wonderful hand-dyed and luxury fibers. Here's how to use your 24-day of Yay calendar. Hang the included twine as one long piece across a room or banister and cut into 2 to 4 smaller pieces to hang on a mantle or door. Using the clothespins, attach the individual bags to the twine, and beginning December 1st, each day, open the designated bag to see the featured yarn or other goodie. Use the accompanying swatch cards. Ooh, swatch cards? Where? Maybe that's one of the bags. Who knows? Use the accompanying swatch cards as a guide for playing with each day's yarn or riff off and do your own thing. Regardless, be sure to wind the yarn into a ball before you use it. Follow your favorites on social and share pics of your sweet stitches using the hashtag 24 days of Yay! Vicky and Team Yarn Yay, happy holidays. Let's see if the swatch is in here. So every bag is labeled. Cute little bag, and it's either yarn or a notion from an indie business. So that's exciting. I'm not seeing the swatch cards. I bet that's one of the bags. One of the bags. Sweet. I'm so excited for this. This is actually also my birthday present from my mom. Because my birthday is December 20th, and I was like, I want to celebrate all month long. So I'm not going to start it too early, but early enough to get a jump start to do Vlogmas with this. So I will be showing you every day of December what I get. Who's excited? Me. So the other thing I got after my conversation with Becky, about weaving and looming was a laser cut wooden loom. And I knew these were going to be small, but I didn't quite anticipate how small they are. So, all right, I'll show you what they are. It was a super cute package. If you watch the third part of Becky's video, which hopefully I'll post in a few days, she gives us recommendations for looms, beginning looms. And the first thing she recommended was actually a $20 loom in the kids section at IKEA, but it's fairly big and it looked heavy, and I wanted to get a loom that I thought I could sit in bed and weave on. And so these kind of paper thin wooden looms are the ones that I got. This is from ravenkingcrafts.com, and they were just super adorable, but the amount of weaving space that you actually get is teeny tiny. So you could probably make like coasters out of this one, maybe bookmarks out of this one. I don't know. I tried to make a teeny tiny little wall hanging, and I'm still super pleased with how it turned out, because I did learn, you know, I learned how to put on my warp strings. I learned a sumac stitch. I learned how to plain weave. So it was fun. And what else was included in this were these cute little spools that she filled with yarn samples. They got a cute little twirl, cute little bobbin, and you could like put it on a metal ring if you wanted. And it came with 4 of those. You know, the yarn is nothing impressive given the fact that I have lots of other colors I like behind me, but hey, that was sweet. 2 yarn needles with cute little holes, and these are called, I think, spreaders maybe, that you put in the bottom of the loom so that you can then take your comb with the cute little stars on it and comb your weaving down tight. So it was a good starter pack. However, since this, I have seen some tutorials on YouTube where you take a painting canvas and you take the canvas off of it and use the frame and then put some finishing nails in the top to be your part where you hook your weft on. And I asked my husband to do that for me. He seemed willing and excited for a project, so I think that's going to be my next version of a loom. Who knows, maybe I'll ask for the one from IKEA for Christmas or something. And speaking of Christmas, so I've been doing nothing but Christmas presents since July. Well, it might be August. July might be generous. And I'm in good shape. I have to finish the Baby Yoda for my brother, and I just finished my mother-in-law's sweater, which I'll show you. But I had decided I was going to make 3 mermaid tails, 2 for my nieces and 1 for my daughter. And my nieces are super young, and you know what? I'm ready to do some fun stuff for me. So I just decided I would hold off on that project for them. Maybe I'll do something small, like an amigurumi for them or something. And do the mermaid tails when perhaps they won't grow out of them so quickly, because they're like maybe 18 months and 3. So I might let them get a little older and make them a bigger one. I'm super pleased, Nancy, if you're watching. Don't think she does, but you know. Super pleased with the way her sweater turned out. I made this out of a latte cake. This is the Great Canadian Cardi, and it was a pleasure to make. I did have to make the sleeves a little longer, even though this seam doesn't sit on the shoulder. The sleeve ended up being super short. So I've added a couple rows to this because my mother-in-law is super tall and long-limbed. And it's so soft and fuzzy. I think she's going to love it. It's kind of boxy, so I was gonna make myself one because, oh my goodness, it's so lovely. But on somebody who is short like me, it really didn't do much for me. Although, I don't know, might look different sitting in a wheelchair. Let me tell you, dressing for wheelchair, like sitting down, is a whole lot different than dressing for standing up. Like, that's been, not that I'm in my pajamas right now, so it's not like I really get dressed that often, but I'm finding that to be a different thing. So, if you'll remember from my ice haul, I got this gorgeous green velvet, hunter green velvet yarn, and I am making the velvet cardi from Heart Hook Home. You will recognize this pattern if you remember. I made a sweater for my daughter because she makes this pattern in both adult sizes and children's sizes. Unfortunately, you have to purchase them both, but it's a fantastic pattern. It's super easy. It's been great for a week when I've been sick and not felt like doing very much, because this back panel is all half double crochets. I lack about 10 more rows on the back panel, and it's gonna be so soft and squishy, and I'm gonna have it in time for Christmas celebrations, even if it's just over my pajamas. So that's my new, I'm starting to be selfish and work on things for myself. I also got some Christmas yarn to make a Christmas blanket using Hooked on Sunshine. And if you've never looked at a Hooked on Sunshine pattern, first off, she has video tutorials for every single one, and they're fantastic. And they're beautiful, beautiful heirloom quality blankets. The one that I'm doing for Christmas is super simple though. You really probably wouldn't need the video tutorial unless you were a beginner, and this is actually the first blanket I ever made. So I really needed the video the first time, but it's like comfort crochet for me right now, because you repeat, after a certain point, you repeat the same 5 rows till you get it as big as you want it, or as big as you have yarn for. And it just, it's funny how much more sense it makes to me now that I can identify stitches and stuff. But it's just like, it's a comfort thing because I worked on that blanket forever, and I love it. And after I finish recording this video, I am curling up with that blanket and watching some Hallmark Channel movies, Christmas movies, and crocheting to my heart's content. What else? There's been so much to show. Okay, I did get one last bag of donations. I am not technically accepting donations for Must this month, not in terms of the way of a giveaway, but Must does collections all year round. It's just that in November and December, they focus on their toy drive, and they have a toy store where essentially if you are under a certain income level, you get to go shop their toy store for your kid. So yeah, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I would rather you donate toys for, I mean, it makes a ton of sense to us local here, and we do that toy drive through our church to help donate, but I would rather you donate toys to kids in your area, so I'm not going to ask for that. But Miss Anne Miranda sent me a bunch of beautiful washcloths, and we will most certainly turn these in and use them. So I love that stitch. Anyway, there's a whole envelope of them. Thank you so much, Anne. I will make sure these get to the place that they need to go, and I already slipped you a little something in the mail to say thank you. All right, so you're like, okay, Betsy, you told us this whole sob story about how you had a really rough week and you got sent this big box of yarn and how that was God's timing. I mean, if I hadn't already cried my eyes out, I would have cried, but I think I just didn't have any tears left at that point. Jennifer at Jedi Dragoon Makes. She has a YouTube channel, and she just opened an Etsy shop. And Ross at Smells Like Yarn got one of those Hirschner Gnome for the Holidays boxes and is sending one to her. So if you were wanting to check out what those other boxes were, the 2 and 3, I don't know which one she's getting, but she should get one soon. So if you want to see that, I'm probably, I'm trying to just upload this. I may not get the description, fixed for a few days. I'm sorry. But if you type in Jedi Dragoon Makes, it brings her channel up. So, I'm eventually hopefully going to get that in the description, but if you don't see anything in the description just yet, check back. Okay, so I knew that she was going to send me some Red Heart Unforgettable parrot yarn. And if you remember, this is like one of my favorite yarns, Red Heart Unforgettable, because I love roving. And this yarn is just super soft. And it's just so pretty to work with the colors. I like every single colorway this has ever come in. And Mary Maxim was supposed to send me October's kit. They didn't. They just sent me November's kit. Mary Maxim was chock full of Red Heart Unforgettable, and I'm guessing that that's where Jennifer got the idea to send me the parrot, because I really wanted it. But y'all, this is 2 of I don't know how many skeins that she jam-packed into this huge Walmart box. And if you, I mean, I think she's watched my channel maybe from the beginning, because I met her fairly quickly into my foray of YouTube crochet people. What is this called? Community. And I had joined a bunch of Facebook groups, and I see her post a lot in a lot of different channels, Facebook groups, and on Instagram, and she's messaged me some of her stuff. And one of the first times I encountered her was she made a Virus Meets Granny shawl out of this beautiful Lion brand mandala in the colorway Troll. And I was like, I have to have that yarn. And my Walmart was the only one that carried it. I got the last 3 cakes they had, and she sent me another one. So now I can do basically anything I want with this beautiful yarn. And clearly, like, from then on, everything that she posted, I was like, oh, I love that yarn. Oh, I love that yarn. So we just have very similar tastes in yarn, which, I mean, I just still can't believe this box. I love jewel tones. I've never seen this yarn. I'm super excited about it. Red Heart Boutique in Midnight. I noticed, like, my Joanne is the one that carries the most Red Heart and Lion brand of the stores that I have locally. And they don't tend to carry these more specialty yarns that are the kind that I probably wouldn't buy unless I felt it first. This is super soft, even though it's got the metallic in it, and it's one of those rope style yarns. She sent me 2 of these in the color Borealis, and let's see, what is this made out of? Okay. I'm sorry, that reminded me of a professor I had one time. That was, anyway, sorry. He just always, I tickled myself in between his thoughts. He would always go, This is 65% acrylic, 23% wool, 6% metallic, and 6% nylon. And it's got, there you go, that's a good shot of all the blues and greens and purples. Oh, so pretty. And then, oh, I love every single color she sent me, but man, this is my favorite color in a skein, favorite colors in a skein. Oddly enough, looks very similar to the yarn that I bought from the Purple Yarnivore from Trish, except for this is more of a brown tan tone than a yellow. But I'm super excited, and she sent me 3 fluffy, squishy skeins. But wait, there's more. So this is also in the color Aurora, easy for you to say, Borealis. It is fingering weight in the color, oh, the color is Aurora Borealis. It's Cloudborne Fibers. Check this coordinating purple out. Okay, wait, I gotta find, yeah. Check that out. Oh, that's gonna be so pretty. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this, Jennifer, but I'm so thankful. I mean, I told her, I was like, I cannot get over your generosity of like how much beautiful, ridiculously nice yarn is in here. And she just said, it's better to give than receive, but girl, thank you. And then there's this beautiful skein, another Cloudborne skein, Merino Superwash Sock Twist hand painted berry basket. It is also a fingering weight, but just a little bit thicker than these. And looks like maybe a little bit more on the skein too. 467 yards versus 178 yards. So yeah, maybe these were supposed to be mini skeins. I don't really know what qualifies something as a mini skein versus a wool skein. And then yesterday when I was going to get my Christmas yarn for my Christmas blanket, I said, because my Hobby Lobby carries Premier in some things, I was like, oh, I want some Premier Bloom one day because I love it, but I don't have a reason to get it right now, so I'm just gonna put it back. Oh, but I love it, and it's so soft and squishy. So this is in the colorway Hummingbird. And I'm really interested to see how this works up in crochet, because the bloom pattern that comes out of this is if you knit it, which is partially why I hadn't bought it yet, because I was like, I don't know, I can't find anybody who's done crochet with this. So if you've done crochet with this, tell me in the comments and I will stalk your Instagram or something for a picture. Super excited for this. Love this color. And then, I mean, she just paid so much attention too, because a lot of this is lightweight yarn, and I like lighter weight yarns. I know that's odd for a crocheter apparently, but man, I just think they're a delight to work with. I think you can just make the most beautiful things with a lightweight crochet. So here's a Cartos Sock yarn in the color H2107. I believe it feels mostly wool. Yes. 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide. And then some super soft, I think these were the baby yarns from Hobby, but the Tivoli line is no longer available, and this is really soft, and I love these colors. And she sent me a purple one too, you know I'm gonna love. Like, I almost want to do, I don't know what I'm going to do. I almost want to do something with these two yarns together. I know they don't exactly match, but like, anyway. And another ball of Premier. And this is not what I've seen before. And it's the Serenity Chunky. Again, all my favorite colors. Blues and purples. Jewel toned. 100% acrylic, bulky 5, 109 yards. You know what I'm going to do with this though? I already know. I am going to loom knit a hat for myself. Oh, yes I am. And then, I can't believe you sent me a Caron Cake. I love Caron Cakes, especially because they just look really pretty on my wall. Oh, look! See, I haven't, wait, where'd my troll go? Oh, look, I got the most perfect spot. Okay, hang on. Oh no, the label doesn't match. Just kidding. I mean, kind of. You know you were thinking it too. That looks like it's a bigger skein. Lion Brand, did you change the label and give us less yarn? No. One's just tighter wound than the other one. They're the same. Anyway, oh, and yeah, I got, let's move you out of the way and put the other Caron Cake right here so it just looks super pretty. Oh, and somebody commented they loved my yarn room. Why, thank you. This is the corner of my bedroom. And it goes like all the way up to the top of the window, full of yarn. But yeah, a chronic illness sort of makes it necessary to have all the things that you want easily at hand if you want to do anything on a sick day. So, thank you for my yarn corner. I actually don't know where I'm going to put all this yarn. I better get busy. Because I also, I think I have an order from Knit Picks coming. But that has to do with weaving. That's all yarn intended for weaving. Mostly roving, because the big sale, that's what it's called, I think. Just the big sale. Had balls of roving for $2.89. So I love, my favorite thing about loom weaving is this right here, the sumac stitch with roving, the big fluffy bits. And I actually did this with the Lion Brand Wool Ease and sort of undid it, unraveled it to make it a little thicker. so I could get that look out of it. And that turned out quite nice. I mean, roving is going to give me a much more fluffier look. That'll be more appropriate for when my husband makes the canvas brain loom. But this was a good, this was a nice ball to have for trial. And then because you only need, you know, pieces that are about this wide, you can really isolate the colors out of this. And again, there are my favorite colors, purples and blues and grays. So yeah, anyway, so this has really been a fantastic, like, Betsy needed some cheering up, and yeah, it came at just the right time, And again, thank you for those who have checked on me. The last time I did 4 vlogs in a week, I went off of YouTube for 3 weeks because I was too sick. But I think, and that was very early in my YouTube career. I started YouTubing in July. Let's not pretend this is a career either, because I don't have a rhyme or reason to when I post. I used to try to make myself post on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but it's Friday and you're gonna see this Friday. Lost my train of thought. Anyway, you guys know who you are. Also, thank you to everybody who puts a comment in the comments. I try to reply to as many as I can. Some days that's easier than others, and it might take me a little bit, but I love the engagement. That's part of what I joined the YouTube community, crochet community for. Obviously, I don't expect to get a big box of yarn out of it, but I'm not hating it. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And what else was I gonna say? I'm rambling now. Yeah. So pop a comment down there. Oh, and those of you who have YouTube channels that have stopped by and said, hey, cool, thanks, I did this on my channel. Thank you. I watch YouTube more than I watch TV, and I go check out your channel. Truth be told, I don't always comment because some days that's not, it's just hard cognitively for me to do, but I do watch. And I always try to hit that like button because it helps. Okay, see you guys. Talk to you soon.